Well, hello and welcome to Cozy Couch Corner for tea and tarot again. I've got to tell you, I'd seen the red kites. Not today, but the last few days I've seen them knocking around. They look like a bit like buzzards. I think it's buzzards. Anyway, it's nice to see them because I don't see them all the time. I see them periodically. The crows are still here, and that's good. Don't feel alone with crows, and you can always hear them call it. And there'll be one of them will sit on the telephone wire, um, and call till he finds the other ones, and then they'll either all come or they'll all go off together. They harass the red kites though. I don't know if it's because they're competing for food or because they look like a bird of prey and they're defending themselves, or whether they just don't like red kites. Don't know. They always see the red kite off. I feel a little bit sorry for the red kite because the red kite sort of there was three of them. I haven't seen lately. I think I saw two the other day. There was a breeding pair and a baby. As a baby used to stand on the telegraph pole and call for its parents. It was supposed to be getting its own food, but they kind of don't get that, do they? They go, no, I demand to be fed by a parent. I've seen the sparrows do it as well. They're perfectly all right going out getting their own food, and then they'll come back to the nest and squawk to be fed. They'll get the hang of it. I mean, that was earlier in the season, but I haven't seen the baby for ages, probably because it's not baby anymore and they're all off. That might be a breeding pair now. I ambled up to the shop today. It's only about a 10-15 minute walk, but it's up and down because it's hilly. And for some reason, I started thanking all the flowers. Thankfully, not out loud. At least, I don't think it was out loud. But anyway, for autumn, there was an awful lot of flowers around. And I saw some flowers on the way there, and then noticed other flowers on the way back that I hadn't noticed on the way there. And that was nice because it's on a main road, so it's like, a lot of traffic. But yeah, all these little, what I call them wildflowers. I think I like wildflowers more than I like the term weeds. Mostly wildflowers. There was some fuchsias, and I saw marigolds and heather and cyclamen and roses and some rather faded hydrangeas. I saw in the sort of banks at the side of the pavement some of the flowers, I don't know, there was quite a lot of clover, and on the way back on my lane there was the most glorious clover flower, just one on its own, and it's pink and furry, and it was like this, the most gorgeous pink colour. So that was lovely, and I'd seen some other clovers, but they weren't quite that vibrant, so that was just glorious. And I really enjoyed the sort of deep yellow flowers today because they bring the sunshine when there's no sunshine, and it was grey and cold and drizzly today, so the flowers really brightened it up, especially the sort of sun coloured flowers, so that was good. Yeah, don't think I found anyone to talk to much apart from the person on the counter in the shop, and you just sort of, I was a bit of I'd gone out late, too close to lunchtime, which isn't good when you go food shopping anyway, but more so start to feel a bit, I often feel a bit peculiar in the shop because I've got warmed up walking up the hills to get there, and then I half strip off when I get there, and I still sort of overheat, so I'm not used to being in somewhere warm like that. So, and then I generally feel a little bit odd anyway. And I don't think I took my coat off, and often I undid my coat, which was a fight because it got the zip stuck. Oh, do you feel like a kid when you get your zips stuck and you're there frantically trying to fight with it to get out your clothes because you're too hot? Anyway, often I took my hat off, and often I've took my coat off in there and just carried it. But yeah. Anyway, I went up there, did what I needed to do, came back, had my lunch. I'll have a swig of tea, and I'll do the tarot. Already been told to slow down. Oh, sniffing again. I don't think I'm sniffing. I think I'm just like, intake a breath. Big intake of breath. Because I talk and I run out of breath. Oh, that feels nice on the out breath. At the end of the out breath, it's just like, ooh. Slow down again. Okay. What message do you have for us for Wednesday, the 1st of October, 2025, please? We're waiting. I'm getting kind of funny energy, so nothing clear yet. So I shall have another swig of tea and try again. It is, yeah, interest is different energy. The energy is definitely different from yesterday and different from the rest of my day. It's kind of smiley, silly energy. I can't. Smiling. Oh, interesting. Wasn't expecting that with the energy. 4 of coins. Ah, except I'll hold it up again so that you can see it, and it might do it as a thumbnail. I got stability. Now, often that one is hoarding and hanging on to things and not letting other things in because you cling to, but I got stability. This one, okay. So we've got the 4 of coins. So financial stability, wouldn't that be lovely on the 1st of the month when all your bills go out? Well, yeah, not for everyone, but yeah. So what have we got? So, oh yeah. Right, let's get some light on this. We're still in grey today, although we've got a bit of bright, but seeing things is So I was getting this kind of, when I was getting ready for the shuffling, I was getting this kind of, I'm going to say joyful, almost childlike energy, but it was making me smile. It was really light and happy and joyful and a little bit whimsy. That's the word, whimsy. A little bit whimsical, a little bit quirky, a little bit silly, a little bit, but very light-hearted. So, and that's a very, very positive, very light energy, which you wouldn't think would go with this card generally. Interesting. Why are you looking at us? They're looking at us. Why are you looking at us? Flying free. We are flying free. Whether that's to do with the finances or something else, we are flying free. And they're not. They're tethered. They're tethered. They're clinging on to old ways of being, old ways of thinking, old systems, and they're tethered. And the ones with open minds and open hearts, or at least those that are trying, those that are working on working on themselves. I'm going to say it. Came into my head, I'm going to say it. Those that are working on themselves, those that have self-awareness, introspection, we're the ones that are flying free, even if it doesn't feel like it, because sometimes when we're working through stuff, it can feel incredibly heavy and incredibly dense. But there's such a lightness to this, and I hope this is, I was going to say, a good omen for the rest of the month, that after September, which has felt, for me at least, and for quite a lot of other people, quite heavy and chaotic and tumultuous. I'm hoping October is going to be a lot lighter. The energy, at least for the first, is much, much, much lighter. So hopefully we should start to feel, we should start to feel everything lift, especially if the energy's like, oh my golly gosh, do we need that? Yes, we do. Right. So a lighter, it doesn't say brighter, but I'm adding brighter, a lighter, brighter day. There we are then.